So let's take a look at an Amazon best-selling book, a KDP low content book, and figure out the how and the why and the where this book is a bestseller. So I head over to Amazon and I type in the keyword cut and paste. This is a niche I'm quite interested in right now. So I want to take a look at cut and paste. Technically, the book that is a bestseller is not a cut and paste book. It is a scissor skill book, but I want to try to figure out why and how it became a bestseller. Now, check this out. For the phrase cut and paste, again, this is not a cut and paste book. It is simply a scissor skill book, but they do have an ad here running for that keyword. Of course, if you can run paid traffic and win and make sales, then why not? But let's get back to this bestseller tag that you see right here. And specifically, where is it getting this bestseller tag? What does the bestseller tag mean? And how do you get it? The Amazon bestsellers calculation is based on Amazon sales, and this is updated hourly to reflect recent and historical sales of every item sold on Amazon. While the bestsellers list is a good indicator of how well a product is selling overall, it doesn't always indicate how well an item is selling in relation to similar items. Now we're going to talk about this a little bit when we talk about similar items. Of course, I bought this book, which is a scissor skill book, but I also bought this book, which is a scissor skill book, because this is an independently published KDP book, the kind of books that we make. This is actually published by an independent publisher, and they sell this book on Amazon, but it is actually independently published. It's not a low content book like the ones that we create and sell, like this one is, but they're in the similar or same categories, or are they? Because this is a best-selling book on Amazon, but this isn't a best-selling book on Amazon. So are they in the same category? Because technically they are the same type of book because they are scissor skill book. Now, this is part of the equation, or could be part of the problem when we actually dig into why, where, and how this scissor skill book gets a bestseller tag. So here it is, the #1 bestseller in children's jewelry crafts. Click to take a look at the bestsellers in children's jewelry crafts, and you'll see that this is the #1 best-selling book, with the second one being Plastic Lace Craft for Beginners, and the third being Paracord Outdoor Gear Projects. So it's quite simple to see that this book is miscategorized and has nothing to do with children's jewelry crafts. So, how did it get the best-selling rank? I'm not saying that they did this purposely, meaning that they miscategorized this book. Sometimes things, and specifically books, get miscategorized by Amazon, but I have heard and seen people do this strategy. But how much does it really mean for this book to be the #1 bestseller? I mean, if you take a look at the current BSR, it has a BSR of 756, and the second place book inside of children's jewelry crafts has a BSR of 16,500. So even though this book has a relatively high score or good score at 756, I mean, it's selling quite a few copies. Let's take a look to see what it would take to get this book to rank in what we might consider a more relevant category. For example, the category that this book is in, which in my opinion identifies the book and where this book should probably be. So here's the scissor skill book for car and truck. Of course, we'll scroll down here and we'll check out the categories. You can see here that this book is number 67 in children's magic books. Again, not relevant, but it's 11,249 in children's activity books. Here are the bestsellers in children's activity books. Take a look here, number 41 for the #1 book in this category. If we take a look at the TCK Publishing calculator, we'll see that this BSR sells 1,000 books a day, 1,065 to be exact. And the scissor skill book that we're looking at with the bestseller tag has a BSR of 756, so it sells 178 a day. So bring up a calculator, 1,065 minus 178 equals 887 books that it would need to sell to take over the #1 spot, the #2 spot, the #3 spot. Scroll down and you're going to see where it would rank with its BSR. It's going to go quite the ways down here. If we keep scrolling, it would be number 48, or it is number 48, as you can see here, in what I consider to be a more appropriate category. 756 as a BSR with the number of sales to create this book, I'd take it. And that's one of the reasons that I'm actually looking into scissor skills, but specifically the cut and paste to create a actual activity book, which neither one of these books is actually a cut and paste book, but like I said, this book ranks for the cut and paste keyword, both organically as well as having ads run to it. So when people see this book, it does have a nice cover. It's actually one of the reviews talks about how nice the cover is, but it actually talks about the quality of the book. And that brings me to another thing. This is a best-selling book, not independently published, but published and sold on Amazon. This one, of course, is a KDP book, created the same way we create books. And in my opinion, when you look at both of them, as far as the quality of the paper and the binding and the cover, they're pretty equal, if not completely and totally equal. So I definitely think books that we can create in this category, just like in every category, and the paperback categories is definitely something that we can compete with and definitely something I'm going to explore. But I just really wanted to talk a little bit about when you're doing research, really understand what that bestseller tag is and really how they got it and really should they have it. Just another thing to learn, understand, and see as you continue to do niche research. And you should definitely continue to do research to find that #1 bestseller that you're going to create. And to do that, click on the video you see right now, watch that, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.